We are live, I think. Yeah, maybe. We live? We
Oh yeah.
live?
Is this live?
Is this live? Shane Rawls, a really nice guy. I'm trying to keep the bait going from
Oh, I
yesterday.
know. Yeah.
There we go. We're live. We're back. Daniel's back, I should say. Me and Rob were here last night. Daniel's back.
I'm
He's in a
back.
new
We
apartment.
missed
Actually,
him.
no, I guess you were in your old new apartment when we recorded last week too. So, right?
It's actually a townhouse.
Oh, townhouse. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
There
Moving
we
up
go.
in the world.
Look at that. Look at you. Look at you, man.
And it's cheaper rent too.
Oh,
Cheaper
nice.
rent and you're in a townhouse? Living
I'm
the
living in
dream.
that.
Living the dream, man. Hey, I love that. I love that. Let's go. Let's go. Lots of reasons to celebrate then. Um, Another big reason to celebrate. Football season is upon us, gentlemen. The preseason. I know we talked about this last night, Rob, but every team has now played at least one preseason game. The Bears and the Texans have played 1 3/4 of a preseason game. So there you go. We're back. We're all the way back. Daniel, I know we didn't get your thoughts last night. What
I
were your
pretty much
thoughts on
summed
the
up his
Lions? Yeah, but I want to hear from straight from the horse's mouth. What were the thoughts on the Lions' first preseason game?
I mean, honestly, it's the first preseason game, so I don't have much to say. I'm just glad they didn't actually break out into a fight, and no one got injured from that after what happened over practice. The only thing I
Yeah.
do have to say, Nate Sudfeld sucks ass. He's terrible. I hope
Yeah,
they
Rob
never
told
It
me
was
about
watch him
that.
play
bad, man. We
professional
had to
American
watch
football
that. We watched
ever
like
again.
half of that. It was rough.
I never want to see him on the field ever again. I want Hendon Hooker and another backup getting all the starts from now on for the next 2 preseasons.
I'd rather see Tim Boyle or David Blau.
Don't David Blau, sure. Tim Boyle, no.
What, was he
Don't
worse
bring
than
that man back.
Sudfeld? Was he worse than Sudfeld? I don't think so.
Boyle? Dude, I'd say they're both equally terrible.
There you
I
go.
guess you get to the point where it doesn't.
Both
really
inaccurate,
change so much.
both can't handle pressure, both throw a bunch of picks. I mean, yeah, they're both pretty bad.
There you go. Well,
The winners
boys.
of that game were the uniforms. That's what I said yesterday.
Yeah, it's true. The Lions unis look good.
They do. They actually look
Yeah.
really awesome.
So,
Ooh, and
but-
freaking Rakestraw. Dennis Rakestraw had a good showing too.
Mm.
There you go. There you go. My boy Rick Straw. I love to hear that. But
I
anyways,
saw
boys.
a good film
Go
breakdown.
ahead. Yeah.
I had a thought from the Seahawks one. I don't know why Christian Haynes is not 100% the starter at guard, at right guard. He just looked really good, in my opinion, from that film breakdown.
There you go. There you go. Let's see. Okay, boys. We're gonna hop into it. We got these episodes took a while last year, so I
Well,
want to make sure.
we got some big news to cover first.
Oh well, we talked about this yesterday. McCarthy injury. Oh, I guess there's the Judon thing too. I forgot about
The
Judon.
Oh,
McCarthy
yeah.
injury got confirmed as a season ender today.
Yeah, McCarthy
And
injury
then Addison
confirmed as
got
season
carted
ender.
off.
But it sounds like he's gonna be okay. is
He's
what it
okay?
sounds like.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's like, what a rough time for Vikings fans, man.
yeah. Matt Judon
For a
traded to the
three?
Falcons for
For
a
a
3. That's
three?
crazy.
Falcons
That's
be fun to
insane.
watch, man.
Yeah, Falcons will be a good team this year. They continued to nail the veteran acquisition part of the offseason. We gave our thoughts on their draft, but veteran acquisition, they did a great job, and this is just another piece of that. So, good job, Atlanta. But Jimmy Lake gets a piece. I love that. You know, I love that.
Braylon Trice out for the year. That sucks.
That's unfortunate to see. But
Seahawks. So I had a dream last night that as soon as both teams got onto the field, there was a huge fight. Sadly, that didn't happen because McDonald and Callahan brought everyone together and said, "Nope, we're not going to be doing this bullshit." And it was a pretty clean. It was a clean practice for joint practice.
yeah.
Like Jamal Adams played like a snap, made a big play on as a special teams gunner, and hooted and hollered and didn't play a single other snap after that. It was like, how perfect is that? That's Jamal Adams right there. Just nothing really happened in that front. Seahawks offense had a good game, and so did Byron Murphy. And McDonald got asked this, and I retweeted it. You have to take a look at it later. His response was very funny, but he said, the reporter's like, "Are you not hyping up Byron Murphy because he's a rookie?" And Mike McDonald holding back a grin. He's like, "No comment." So it's like, man, I'm so excited to see him. I was at the team store. They said they don't know if they're going to have Murphy throwbacks. I'm like, are you kidding me? This is
Oh,
ridiculous.
eventually. If he's good enough.
I think so, man.
That's the thing. Some of those alternate uniforms, they won't they won't make every player. They'll only
Yeah.
have the stars. Like
I mean,
for
he
a
was
while,
the first round pick. He was the
for a
first
while
round
you
pick.
could only get a color rush of Burrow, and that's pretty much just Burrow for a while. And then they drafted Chase.
I
But
was a
that's
little disappointed that we didn't see some more fireworks. I'm holding, cross my fingers for tomorrow.
we shall see. We shall see. When's the game? Is that game Saturday?
I think it's an early game.
That sounds right. So there you go. Well, that's very fun. That's very fun. Bengals flew to Chicago today. Jamar Chase traveled with the team despite holding out, so that's interesting. Joe Burrow's hair's growing back.
Good.
Yeah, you look good.
Nature's healing.
What's that?
Nature is healing.
Nature is healing. His hair's growing back. He's just blonde now. So, or not just. He was already blonde. He's just very blonde now. So, there you go.
Still no end in sight to the Ayuk drama. I don't know what else.
No, today was supposed to be
Jerry
the day,
Rice
and
said
it
it was
didn't
gonna
happen.
happen.
Yeah, Jerry Rice lied to us.
He
He lied to
lied.
us. How
Horrible.
dare you?
So
How dare
this
you,
was I
Jerry.
saw a stat. This is the first Seahawks joint practice since 1991.
Seahawks for what?
This is the first Seahawks joint practice since '91.
Really?
Yeah,
What took them so long?
I think Holmgren.
Every
never
other
did it.
team's been
He
doing them
never
for
did it.
years.
It's just not something we really believed in. And I think travel might have been a factor because you're going from the PNW, taking a whole team. Because you're not just taking your game day guys, you know.
Right,
You're
that's
taking
true.
everybody.
That's true.
I think they'd rather host one.
That's fair. That's fair. It's a little bit of a pain to have to go out
You see
and do
that
those.
Cowboys D lineman knocking over?
I did see that. Yeah, I
Oh,
knocked over
that
the
guy better get
Rams.
Cut. That's just
Huggins. Yeah,
absolutely
he got
heinous.
sent home immediately. Is what it sounded like.
good.
So.
You cannot do that as an NFL player. Taking
Right.
out a guy who's a third of your size, you know?
Yeah, and not wearing any pads.
Yeah, it's so horrible. That just really pissed me off. Seeing that, you just can't. You should know better, being a man of that size and strength, that you just can't do that to people who
Right.
don't have that same kind of strength. As
Clemson
much as I
great.
hate
Albert
the Rams,
Huggins.
like good on them for defending their guy. 'Cause that really is. I hope that guy gets cut. I think
He
he's
probably
some
will be.
dude
It's Albert
who's really
Huggins.
good. Yeah, he's not making it. So
No offense
yeah.
to Albert Huggins. Don't come after me because I know you would.
Enjoy the UFL. Start speaking UFL.
Get ready to learn UFL, buddy. Get ready to learn Canadian, buddy.
Oh my god.
All right, boys.
All right, let's get into
any
it.
other
Leave it
breaking
alone
news
now.
before we get into game picks?
Ready to trade in your Bud Lights for Molson's?
The bot blue light, baby.
There you go. All right, boys. So we've discussed this for this year's game or seasonal predictions, game by game picks for the preseason. We'll have some guest stars. We'll have some guest stars join the pod, so that'll be fun. However, there are 3 divisions where we probably will not be having any guest stars. 4 if you count the AFC North, but the AFC North is just such a fun division that we're gonna save it for later, anyways. That is the NFC South, the AFC East, and the AFC South.
Fuck the
So-
South, man.
Yeah, we don't have any Southern. Don't have any Southern brothers, I'm afraid. That's all right though. What we're gonna do? Spin the wheel. So
Ooh.
count of 3. Now I'm gonna go on Daniel's count.
All right.
Countdown from 3. I'll hit spin. And we'll see where it lands.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Ooh.
Here we go. Where is it gonna land? Oh.
Ooh.
Speaking of the NFC South, speaking of the Atlanta Falcons, we got the Atlanta Falcons.
Those red sleeves look a lot better.
Yeah, there you go. They make a lot more sense now. So, We are going to the NFC South, which is, of course, the Saints, Falcons, Panthers, and Buccaneers.
I do have something. I've got one last piece of breaking news I forgot to mention. I've officially booked my tickets to a DJ Asterix set.
Hey, there it is.
Promo code DJ Asterisk saved me $5. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
Good shit,
That's
man.
what we like to hear.
Excited to see you there.
I'm excited for it. My first kind of thing like that. We'll see how it goes.
I think I'm going to be playing at around 8.
8. Alright, I'll be there.
Sounds good, man.
Alright, let's roll. Let's ride.
All right. NFC South. Which team do we start with the team that finished in last and work our way to the front?
Sure, let's do it.
Well, let's start with the Carolina Panthers, the worst team in football
Oh, that's
last
gonna be
year.
an ugly
man.
week 1 game.
Yeah. So, the worst team in the NFL last year, the Carolina Panthers, finished with just a very, very beautiful record of 2-15.
I hate it. Add the 18th game. Let's just get over with it.
Yeah, just let's get to a
President's
even
Day
number
Super
again.
Bowl, please.
President's Day Super Bowl, but do it the Joe Burrow style, where we have a 2 bye weeks in there.
Oh, yeah.
And one of them becomes the Pro Bowl week. I think we could get behind that. I think the NFL community could get behind that. I think we should make Joe Burrow the commissioner, honestly. And
I
there's
agree.
no bias to that because could just name the Bengals champs over here. And there's no bias
Let's
to
get a
that.
Joe Burrow, Amon-Ra St. Brown duo in there, running the league.
There you go. There you go. That's not a bad idea, actually. That's not a bad idea. So, on the topic of the Panthers, and I'll get something up for us here in a second. Panthers off season.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this part of it.
Yeah. See, the
This is a fun
PFF
part of
has
it.
the
I like this.
they have the whole breakdown. There we go. Or is this? No. Addition. Oh wait, here we go.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We got a list here. We got a list
Wait,
here.
no,
'Cause
no,
I'm
no,
logged
no,
in.
no, because they still have Brian Burns.
Brian
Oh,
Burns
you're right. This is not this year's. Hold on.
Well, no,
Maybe if I
but it has Damian Lewis. Maybe it was like a signing trade.
Oh, maybe it was because he was tagged and then traded.
The rest
Yeah,
of the
DJ
stuff,
Wanham
yeah.
they
Oh,
brought
the
in
rest
that.
of the
Yeah,
stuff
this is
good.
weird. This is
Okay.
like, but this also doesn't include their draft.
on the
Let me see if I
ESPN
can
one.
find the
The
one that has
ESPN
the
one.
draft. Carolina Panthers home. No, I'm trying to find articles. Here we go. PFF grades are live. NFL scores and recaps.
You know who had the highest PFF grade on the Seahawks? And
Who's
it might have
that?
been in the league from preseason
Who's-
week 1. I'm wrong on that. It was Tyrese Knight.
I did see that he was very high. Panthers off-season PFF. Not off-season report
Oh.
card or blueprint. I want off-season report card, like they did last year. Those were sick.
Those were really good.
Okay. You know, I tell you what, this one's actually not bad. It just doesn't give us our grades either, so that's a little bit frustrating. And also, Brian Burns was not a he is not a member of the Carolina Panthers anymore, so I'll just do Carolina Panthers draft class. Here we go. There we go. PFF's got that too. Perfect. Awesome. There we go. Okay, here we go. So, the Panthers last year went 2-15. Bryce Young started most of the games, but they sprinkled a little bit of Andy Dalton in there occasionally too. Additions or just guys that they lost. Brian Burns. They lost Brian Burns. I want to stress that. They lost DJ Chark, Frankie Luvu. That's a big loss. Jeremy Chin, Yitzhak Gross Matos. Also, I am not seeing Dante Jackson, who they traded for Deontay Johnson, on this list either. So come on, PFF, get
Go to
on
ESPN.
it.
Go to ESPN.
ESPN doesn't really track it that well though, for team by team. Actually, you know what? Maybe How did we do it when we did the off-season grades? So maybe that was. I think that was NFL.com. Yeah, let's try ESPN off-season. Panthers 2024 free agency tracker. Let's see.
roster
I'm gonna say I think ESPN should be pretty accurate.
Clowney, Johnson, Hunt,
Go
yeah.
back to transactions.
They are.
Troy Hill, Jordan Hill, Nick Scott, Raheem Blackshear. Yeah, and that only counts additions. Oh, here we go. I think this is where it gets, it gets super tiny, though.
Geez, yeah.
Let's go to NFL.com, because I know NFL.com had, like, the,
Maybe
NFC.
I think we might just have to roll with that PFF.
The PFF one's not terrible. We'll just have to kind of spot check it, too. See if maybe there's any that are obvious, like Deontay Johnson. They have Deontay Johnson, don't have Dante Jackson. I think it's pretty good yet, as far as rebuilding that wide receiver room. From a draft perspective, obviously here got Xavier Legette, Jonathan Brooks, or is it Leggett? I think it's Leggett.
I think it's Leggett, yeah. I was about to say that.
Jonathan Brooks, JT Sanders, it was fine draft. Fine draft here.
No difference
definitely
makers in my opinion, but with what they had, they did an alright job.
Brian Burns, losing Brian Burns when he's easily your best player is rough.
He didn't want to be there.
Spent a lot of money on rebuilding that offensive line.
Spent a lot of money on
Robert Hunt got
a good guard and a solid guard.
Yeah.
I don't see division here. They're going full Seahawks, with it's not Fitter anymore, but it's still a Schneider guy, and he brought in Pete Carroll's younger.
I got a 2025 big board up here. Hey, here we go. I'm gonna be reading that later. But anyways, yeah, it's they're in rebuild mode, right?
I wouldn't be surprised if they're picking first again, but this time
I don't think they'll be picking first again. But
who's worse than them?
Patriots.
That's good.
Yeah. So, anyways, getting into the game by game picks here. So, Daniel, just as kind of let you know how we did this last year. We just go game by game and try to get a consensus, and now that there's 3 of us, we can have tiebreakers in here too. So
I'm gonna say rookie coach in the Superdome. I think that's an L.
Yeah, Daniel.
I think it's an L.
I agree. That one's pretty easy. First home game of the Dave Canales era against the Chargers.
Game?
This is a 10 a.m.
Ooh, interesting.
On the road, or no, at home. Chargers traveling coast to coast.
And do they have Herbert?
Yes, that's also very important.
I'll say this, having watched them, they did not look good. So I'm honestly, I'll give it to the better quarterback, and I'll give it to Young. I'll give it to the Panthers.
There you go.
Because, that Chargers team is not good. Honestly, they could be up there for the first pick.
If Herbert's out for extended period, I don't disagree. Daniel?
I don't know. I mean, Panthers are going to be at home. I mean, what's the update on Herbert? How long do you guys know if he's going to be out for?
I think
he might miss the beginning of the season.
I think it's reasonable to think that he won't be playing in this game.
Bro, I don't know. Because the thing is, if Herbert somehow comes back for week 2, I think Chargers win.
Yeah,
but the backup's still Easton Stick, no?
Yeah, and he is bad.
Dude, I don't think Jim Harbaugh can save Easton Stick.
Just that whole team outside of Herbert is quite bad, in my opinion. They traded away the receivers.
I kind of withdraw. I don't know, man. Shit.
Those are 2 ugly games.
Dude, knowing that, I kind of have to put the coin on that game.
I'm saying Panthers because of 10 a.m.
All right. I am also going to say Panthers.
I'll go Panthers as well.
So there you go. That's it'll be interesting to see though. I think, home cross country trip for the Chargers. Who knows? how Herbert's doing. And I think they'll be fired up for the first game of the Dave Canal, first home game of Dave Canal's era. And now they have to do the opposite, and they have to go cross country to the Raiders.
I think the Raiders are just.
Antonio Pierce got the full-time gig, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That helps that prediction a little bit.
I think I'm going Raiders here.
Me too.
Okay, I mean, I can't say anything now.
Well, you're gonna say Panthers?
I was probably leading Raiders, but I think Carolina could actually keep that game competitive.
I think they can too. Absolutely.
I don't think Vegas is necessarily a great team.
Oh, I don't think so either. I'm just counting the home team
Crosby.
against the team that was the worst team at football last year.
I don't know, man. My gut's telling me Carolina takes that game somehow.
Yeah.
I could see it. I wouldn't be shocked, but I think I'm leaning
surprising
Raiders.
outcome, but right now, I just think I think Max Crosby's going to feast in that game.
Honestly, I could see that too.
Home game, loud, bad tackles. All right, this one doesn't need no question here. Panthers.
Yep.
Y'all are hilarious while I'm typing out the description for the video. Y'all are hilarious. Nah, no. Joe Burrow doesn't.
Give me the
Joe Burrow does not lose to interconference teams.
What about the cat teams? How does he do against cat teams?
I don't think he's ever lost to a cat team because
there we
he's
go.
1-0 against Detroit. He's 3-0 against Jacksonville, and he's 1-0 against Carolina. So there you go. He's never lost to another cat team.
I wonder what team we're going to hilariously overestimate this year, because I remember we thought like the Jags were going to take a huge step.
I think they would have made the playoffs if Lawrence didn't get hurt.
Yeah, but we had them at like 13-3.
That is true. That is true. All right, next one here.
Panthers,
go ahead.
Bears has a lot of fun storylines.
Bears.
Oh yeah.
Bryce Young trade.
Yeah. Bryce versus Caleb.
Oh man.
I'm gonna give it to the Bears.
That's a tough pick, to be honest.
I'm going Bears here. The Bears are better than they were last year, and they absolutely smacked the Panthers. Now, granted, I think the Panthers are also better, but not as much better as the Bears are.
The Bears have an actual quarterback, as much as I hate to say it.
Yeah, I can.
Who were they started? Were they started?
I won't make you say it, Daniel. I won't make you say it. I know what you're thinking.
He was okay, Daniel. You weren't here to help me on this, but he was gassing up Caleb so much.
He had a great game. He looked awesome.
He scored 6 points,
and he had some awesome throws in the process.
You know who else had some awesome throws in the process? Sam Darnold. When he was
woo.
So have other quarter. I'm pretty sure Blake Bortles has had a great game too.
Hey, Joe Milton. Joe Milton looked great.
Yeah,
Joe Milton's been looking good. But of course, Beau wouldn't say anything about him. Who cares about the Patriots?
Patriots are gonna be so bad.
But we can gas up the #1 overall pick.
Yeah, we can.
They got to learn the Waldron. They got to. I coined this nickname.
Watch the Bears do 0-4 going into that Panthers game, and they finally win their first game.
I called him Wed Zone Waldron. 2 field goals, baby. Woo.
All right. First, our next divisional game, they got the Falcons at home. Falcons coming off a mini bye here. Oop, that accidentally clicked tie. We're not predicting ties unless if we consensus agree on a tie, we'll pick a tie. But I don't think that's gonna happen. I gotta go Falcons here with the mini bye.
Yeah, me too.
And I just think
Falcons
they're better
are gonna make
team.
noise this year, man. I think that they might be the team that does this year.
Daniel, all right with that?
Yeah, give me Atlanta.
This is a good competitive one right here.
What are the Panthers now? 1-5.
They are 1-5 already. That came quite fast.
Yeah, that's about right.
Give them the win against the Commies.
I can see, yeah. I can see it, yeah. And we usually go back and adjust these two, just so you know, Daniel. So, yeah, I think Carolina up to Washington, that's not too much of a road trip. And I think Washington's not going to be that good either. So I could see it. Daniel?
Yeah, honestly, I think for that game specifically, I'd take Bryce Young's experience over Jane Daniels.
Experience? He's played 1 year.
Yeah,
And
but Jane
Jane
Daniels
Daniels
played
played
0
zero.
years. Although they will
Is
say
Jane
also
Daniels older
Bryce
than
Young
Bryce
is
Young?
older, or Jane Daniels is
I was
older than
about to
Bryce
say
Young.
that. I was about to say that.
Anyway,
So-
you guys know what I mean.
Yeah, and then NFL experience. You're right.
Well, we both were on that right away.
Yeah.
We know too.
People made fun of Bo Nix paying 5 NFL or 5 college seasons, but people forget Jane Daniels also did.
I think Bo Nix might. Oh, he played 5.
No,
but he
Bo Nix
started
only
every
played
year.
5.
He
Penix
started as a
played
true freshman.
6, so
He didn't start as a true freshman, though, did he?
no, he did not. Also, Michael, despite playing 6, Penix is still younger than Bo Nix. Bo Nix was an old true freshman, so I think he turned 19 before his true freshman season even started. So that makes it tough. But speaking of Bo Nix, we got the Broncos and the Panthers. Broncos also come off a mini bye, another
In
chance.
Denver, I gotta give that to the Broncos.
Yeah, I'm leaning Broncos here too, Daniel.
It's a tight one.
It's tight.
God, my gut wants to go Carolina for that game,
It's
Yeah.
tough to play in Denver off that mini bye, though.
but it's also Denver, bro.
It's hard
Right.
playing at Denver, man. It's tough.
I mean, the commies won there last year.
That is true. They did.
I think as the years go on and there's more like medical advancements, maybe not medical advancements, but just like
I don't know, man. There's
Training
nothing
advancements
medical
in
that
general.
changes a
I think
anaerobic
players
advantage
can
of
do it a
19%
little bit better over
that the
time.
Broncos have. Learned that from a guy the other day who is trained out in Flagstaff, way up there. Just the anaerobic advantage is about 19%.
Oh, I know. I'm well aware. I grew up in
Oh
college.
yeah, you grew up
10
there.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
there's
anyone
no
knows this,
conquer-
it's Daniel.
No conquering that with sports science. I mean, it happens every year when you go play a mile high.
But I think the biggest argument, Rob, is that it's the Denver Broncos. They suck. They're dysfunctional.
It's the Carolina
They
Panthers,
lose weird
though, man.
games that they're not supposed to lose, which is why they go 6-11 and 7-10 every year now.
It's the Carolina Panthers, though, man.
I'm not saying the Panthers are going to be a contender. I'm just saying they're going to pull a few wins out their ass because no team in the NFL, especially with a 17-game season, is going to be so bad that they're only going to win 1 or 2 games. Because think about
They
it,
won 2 games
teams
last
in the
year.
league now, they win 4 to 5 games.
Didn't they win 2 games last year, though?
They won 2 games last year, yeah.
I mean, they're a little better now than they were last year.
One of them was against the Texans, too.
I think they're worse with having lost Brian Burns.
I think it's that they're better on offense, worse on defense, I think.
I mean, we got to go Denver anyway because you both picked Denver. But I state my case.
Those are fair arguments. It's a tight one. But I think just the mini bye and the home field advantage. If it was played at Carolina, I'd give it to Carolina.
Here we go. Nollins going to
Give it to
Carolina.
the Panthers.
Panthers.
Yeah, I agree.
Honestly,
Panthers in this one.
2-game
I think
win
Saints
streak.
are going to be really bad this year.
2-game
so.
win streak because Giants are cheeks.
Giants are also.
I was
Giants are
gonna
another
take-
team that could be worse than the Panthers.
Bruh. See, I was going to take the Giants.
All right, talk me into it. Talk me into it.
Oh, again, the NFL is fucking weird. Sometimes you got to make these predictions just off of pure weirdness. I think the Broncos one, I think, is a little bit more weird than this one because I think both New York and Carolina are booty cheeks. Let's be real. They're both absolute garbage tier teams.
Oh, yeah.
But with that said, because I guess originally I was going to be like, hey, Panthers are going to beat the Broncos. They'll beat the Saints. So I guess if we were going to predict them to beat the Broncos, I would have been like, they're nowhere near good enough to win 4 straight. And let's face it, them and the Giants are both going to win like 4 or 5 games this year. Someone's going to win that. Might as well be the Giants. I don't see because I can't see a team like the Panthers winning 4 straight in any universe.
But can they win 3 or 4?
That's true because the tiebreakers.
I'll tell you what, looking at that stretch post bye,
It's a rough stretch. I don't think they're going to be winning a whole lot of games after the bye week here.
Man.
Shoot, they might not win a single game after the bye week looking at the schedule.
I see 1 or 2.
I know which one you think you see. I'm going to talk you out of it.
Okay. I'm waiting for it.
When we get there. When we get there. But anyways, we're still on Giants here. So I know Rob's saying Giants. Daniel's saying... No, Rob's saying Panthers. Daniel's saying Giants. So I guess I gotta be the tiebreaker here. I think the Giants are gonna be horrible this year.
They're gonna
and
be
the Panthers
really
are at home.
bad,
So
man.
I'm gonna lead Panthers here.
They better hope and pray that.
But I also, you know, I
We
can
got
see
some
it.
safe predictions here, boys.
Oh, this is a Brian Burns revenge game, though.
Oh.
You know
Very
what? I
safe
changed my vote. I'm
Okay,
going
okay.
Giants.
There
Brian
we go.
Burns
no
revenge
shot. No
game.
shot. The Panthers win this one.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Um,
Panthers by 40, bro. Come on.
off the bye, you just disrespect the Panthers. Yeah,
How could
no.
you, bro?
Their first game against the reigning NFC South champs, the Bucks.
It's gonna be a shitty Tampa, like 12-7 win.
I can see that. I mean, that was the last game of the season.
Seahawks scheme
Oh,
struggles
exactly.
against the Arian scheme.
I feel like no matter how good or bad either Carolina or Tampa is, they both played absolutely terrible games.
Seahawks scheme is not good against the Arian scheme. I'll say that.
So you're saying Bucks?
Yeah, I'll take the Bucks.
I think
agree.
Bucks are going to sweep them this year.
I think so too. I think so too. I also think they're gonna lose to the Eagles.
Yeah.
Yeah, give Philly the win.
I also think they're gonna lose to the Cowboys.
Bro, yo, actually though, low key.
All right, talk me into it. Okay, Rob, are you saying Cowboys or Panthers?
I'll let Daniel talk.
Okay.
If there's any upset the Panthers could have this season, it would be a home win over the Cowboys. Like
Honestly, fuck it, let's do it.
I'm
Let's do
tempted
it.
to
Let's do
pick
it.
Carolina in that
Let's do
game.
it. Let's do it.
I could see Dallas
All right.
absolutely throwing.
I'm in.
There we go. All right, we're
I'm
doing it. Okay. All right, then this makes my next point even more fun. I think they have a letdown game the next week
take
at
it.
home against the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals are going to be like a 7-win ball club this year, and I think one of those 7 wins is going to come against Carolina.
Okay. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
And I think they lose out.
Yeah, I agree. There you go. They beat Dallas and then just forget how to play football the rest
They
of the
fucking
season.
would though, dude.
They would.
I
They
will.
would.
I will always hang this over Rob's head. Lest we forget the Panthers beat Atlanta at the end of the season last year, and who backed Carolina?
You did. You did. You almost got Rob back into the seasonal pricks.
I owe you one for that one.
Let's see here. So the Panthers will finish 4-13. I think that sounds about right, honestly, with this schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. The next team, I think the next worst team in the NFC South was the Falcons. They probably will not be the next worst team in the NFC South this year, but we'll get there. Let's see.
Steelers
Let's
is a tough week 1 draw.
It is. It definitely is. Matt Judon will help, though. See, can I get the Falcons version of this somewhere? Falcons draft class, PFF. Give it to me, PFF. There it is. Oh, look at that. Wow. Okay, wait, no, hold up. They had way more additions than just this, right? Am I tripping? I thought they had way more. Yeah, because they had Rondale Moore, too.
I don't think this factors in trades.
Yeah, I think this is only free agency. I think that's the issue. Can I find one that has... Because that says all off-season, but that's just not accurate. Can I get something... roster? Maybe lineup? Does it... Because some lineup screens will, like, show you new guys. No. Oh, look, this is kind of cool that it's got the whole... It's already got Judon in there at DN, so there you go. I guess we could look at this and see, hey, who are the new guys? Here we go.
Where's
Where's
more?
What's that?
Where's
Rondale Moore? Where is Rondale Moore? Yeah, they got Ray McLeod in the slot here instead of Moore. Interesting. Okay. Matthews, Bergeron, Dahlman, Lindstrom, McGarry. They're bringing back basically their entire starting O-line from last year, and their starting O-line last year was pretty good, so no issues there.
It's funny that Robert Alford's still there.
They got Kirko Chains at QB.
Boys, I got a hot take.
Yeah.
I think Kirko's going to pick up an injury, and MPJ's going to get a starting game this season.
Completely agree.
I can see. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked by that.
Mike looked like a starting NFL quarterback in this game.
Defense line, solid interior with Grady Jarrett and David Onyemata, Lorenzo Carter and Matt Judon now on the edge.
Huge upgrade, especially after losing Braylon.
Oh yeah. Terrell, Alford, and Hughes. AJ Terrell still.
This is gonna be a good defense. This is gonna be a good team, man.
Yeah, especially with and Jesse Bates, of course, my guy. I miss you. One of the best safeties in football.
Yeah.
You got a good comp pick out of it.
Got a good comp pick out of him. Of course, we used it on McKinley Jackson, so.
How's his camp been?
He was actually looking all right until he got hurt.
Yeah.
That'll happen. All right, so that's the Falcons. Draft. Braylon Trice got hurt, unfortunately. Rick Roro. Mike Penix looked good. We'll see how much he plays, but he looked good when he was out there against Miami. Yeah, that's all I got to say about Atlanta. Am I missing anything, boys?
No, you just about covered it.
There you go. First game, period, but now first home game against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I think that's just a brutal draw for a rookie head coach.
He's not a rookie head coach. He's been a head coach before.
Oh, shit.
Raheem Morris has been a head coach. He's been a head coach in Atlanta before.
Still, I think that's a really tough draw.
But it's Kirk Cousins, man. Kirk Cousins has never lost to the Steelers.
I'm going to go Steelers here.
I actually have no idea if that's true. I just made that up on the spot.
I think that's just a tough draw. Well-coached team. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Although they're going to be playing some future.
Has Kirk Cousins ever lost to the Steelers? Hold up, I'm doing this in my head now.
I can't think of how many times he's played the Steelers.
Probably like twice in his whole career, I imagine.
I think with
Kirk
how many
Cousins
times he's moved around, he's probably
Pittsburgh. Here you go. He's got a career record of 1-1. Dang it, I was close. I was close. Hey, you know what? But the one loss, he did throw for 330 yards and 70% completion. So, it wasn't his fault. That was back when he was in Washington. Wasn't his fault.
I'm going to give it to the Steelers. They just, they have it together already.
All right, Daniel.
I actually don't know. This is actually a pretty tight game.
I'm giving it to Atlanta, but I have obvious bias here, so you're the tiebreaker.
I think just because it's week one of a new head coach to a new team, I think those games are just tough in general when you're going up against.
Yeah, but the Steelers are on the road with a new quarterback and a new offensive scheme.
Longest tenured coach in the NFL. I think you just got to give this one to the Steelers.
But he's got a whole brand new offensive scheme. Who knows the Falcons offense, or who knows Arthur Smith offense better than the Falcons right now too.
Kind of on Beau's side. I have a feeling Atlanta's going to win that game.
Steelers always drop a weird one, and this game is going to be freaking bizarre too. Like weird stuff's going to go on during it.
Exactly.
There you go.
I
don't know if they'll
really 100% week 2.
They're dropping this one.
Yep.
Give me the Chiefs week 3. Or Falcons.
Over the Chiefs. Interesting. Okay. Daniel, what are you thinking?
I'm still taking the Chiefs, man.
All right, I gotta be the tiebreaker then. The realistic part of me wants to say the Chiefs. I would not be shocked to see the Falcons win this game because the Chiefs are not a regular season team.
They're not an early regular season team.
Definitely not an early regular season team.
No one ever thought they'd lose to the Lions before.
I think it's also important to note the Chiefs' first 2 games are against the Ravens and Bengals, too.
Oh, they're going to be banged up.
They're going to be pretty banged up. I can see them losing both those games. I don't think they drop to 0-3.
I think
so I'm
they
go
go 1-1
in
in the first 2. You guys suck.
I think they're gonna go. I think they're gonna go 0-2. But then
I
they're
think
gonna
they go
win.
1-1.
They're gonna beat. No, I thought they'll beat. They're not gonna lose on a ring night. Actually, they lost on ring night last year. As Daniel knows.
Yeah. That's
So
true.
there you go.
I think they beat the Ravens, lose to the Bengals, lose to the Falcons.
I could be talked into them losing to the Falcons.
I think they're just gonna be so banged up. They're gonna have to travel. This is a fired up new team. I think they get the one to beat them. McVay does well against the Chiefs.
It did not take a lot of convincing because I hate the Chiefs. There you go.
God.
Falcons win this one.
I don't think that's
Home-
the game Kansas City's gonna lose. All right, fuck it. We
home against the. It's okay. The Chiefs will make it up in different parts of the season. Home against the Saints.
Win.
That's a Falcons.
ATL. Give me the
Yep.
ATL.
Home against the Bucks. Here we go.
Tampa wins and Kirk gets injured.
I like Tampa.
Yeah, I
That's,
agree.
That's Kirk's injury
I
game.
can see that
think.
one. That's Kirk's injury game. It is a Thursday game too, so maybe.
And
It's a
PJ's
good Thursday
starting.
night game.
And yep, he'll get his first win.
Off of
over
mini
Carolina.
bye, Seahawks traveling.
Oh, but this might be MPJ at this point.
Oh shit! I think I do know that McDonald does well against the McVay scheme. I want this one for McDonald.
Didn't do good against Zach Taylor
Hmm?
until he got his quarterback hurt.
Still,
Maybe it just means he didn't go good against Joe Burrow because he transcends scheme. Thing in the Joe Burrow scheme's more of an LSU. That's more of the Joe Brady scheme.
It would be really cool. There's a lot
I
of
agree. I
storylines.
think the Seahawks win that one. Yeah.
There's a lot of storylines if MPJ plays against this game because he got,
Grub.
Grubb's offense, but also McDonald's defense, which was the only thing that stopped him in UW. I think there's some fun storylines there.
Daniel.
Yeah, I think Seattle's winning that game.
Mini bye is the deciding factor for me.
Already got another one now against Atlanta.
I think they'll split. this.
Yeah, I think Falcons take that game.
All right, here we go. Home against Dallas.
Oh man,
Dallas.
I want MPJ to rip out Dallas's heart.
Me too, but I'm still taking.
I think Dallas wins this one. Just too much talent on defense still.
Sweep the Saints.
Sweep the
I agree.
Saints, yeah. Beat the Broncos.
Beat the Chargers. Off a bye.
Off the bye too, yeah.
Maybe Justin Herbert's back by then, no?
Oh yeah, Tristan Herbert will be back at this point,
The
but the
rest of the
Chargers are
team's
still have
so
no
bad.
receivers.
They don't
Yeah.
have anybody on the team.
Except the offensive line. Hey, they built up their offensive line. Yay.
Did
Yeah,
they
I'll give that
really?
one to
They
Atlanta.
got.
Yeah, they got probably one of the better tackle duos in the
I'm
league
talking
now.
tackles. They got good tackles.
Wait, but does that mean Atlanta's gonna win 4 straight, 5 of 6?
Not if we have them losing to the Vikings.
I don't think they're gonna lose to the Vikings.
I don't hate them winning that many in a row because I think they're gonna be good. I think they're gonna be good.
I
their
can see a
offense is
Viking.
gonna be really
I
good.
think going up to Minnesota is going to be tough.
I think their offense is gonna be really good.
I think they lose to the Vikings,
You know what? Yeah, I can go with
Okay.
that.
Let down. No.
but then beat the Raiders.
Beat the Raiders.
fair.
Beat the Giants. Beat the Commies.
Beat the Commies. Yeah, there you go. What a way to end this season here. Lose or winning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the last 8 to finish 12-5.
No way. They're not
Woo.
a 25 team, bro. There's no way.
All right, okay, we should probably adjust some of these then.
All right,
There's
take
no
away
way.
the Chiefs. Take away the Chiefs.
Take away the Chiefs, yeah.
Or take away the Steelers.
Like I'll give them 10-7 or 9-8.
Take away that Steelers game.
Wait, go
All
down.
right.
Hmm.
I think this back half of the
Yeah.
schedule is pretty light. I think this is
Those-
fine. I'll
those
take away the
teams-
Steelers
those
and the
teams-
Chiefs to get.
Those teams after the Cowboys is a cupcake schedule.
Yeah.
Look at that. Saints, Broncos,
It is,
Chargers, Vikings, Raiders, Giants, Commies, and Panthers. Those are like almost all the worst teams in the league except the
Yeah,
Patriots.
yeah. That's fair. Okay, I like 10-7 for him.
Yeah. No,
I'm
this
cool
looks
with
good.
that. I'm cool.
This
With
look at
Realistically,
this
we'll
stretch
probably-
where it's the away team wins every game there in that stretch.
that. That is a. I think Falcons would make the playoffs with that stretch. If they are competitive and if they can like get like 500 in their first half,
No, I
they're
could
making the
see
playoffs.
MPJ rising at that point of the year too.
They
Starts
started
getting
0
more
and
comfortable with
3.
the NFL.
Yeah, here they start 0-3, and then they're 1-4. Probably skies falling in Atlanta. They finished 10-7,
I
win seven
honestly,
of
I
their
don't
last
think
eight.
this is an entirely unrealistic thing happening with how hard their
I was gonna
early
say
schedule
this.
is and
Yeah,
how easy their back half is.
I say it's pretty realistic actually. There's always that one team that tries to make a comeback like that too.
I think the Falcons are make the playoffs with how bad the NFC is.
They could probably win the division with that record.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
10-7 would have won it last year. So, all right. Nolans.
Oh God.
They're gonna be
Let's see.
horrible. They're gonna be horrible.
They're gonna be really bad.
It's fine. Honestly, I think Mickey Loomis is no longer safe. Like Trevor Petting might get cut.
Oh yeah, he very easily could be cut. He probably should be cut. They already drafted his replacement. So,
Like Mickey
here we
Loomis
go.
is
How
not
they
safe.
looking here? Oh, fine. Penning's listed as a starter at right tackle right now because Ramchek's hurt.
Jeez.
Carr, Mara, Sheed,
Look,
Olave,
they might be
Wilson,
trading Derek Carr.
Ponga, Patrick. Ooh, man, now interior offensive line is rough outside of McCoy. Their guards are rough.
He's coming out, but yeah, he's not a guard.
Jawan
He's a center.
Johnson still their starting tight end. Defense, they got Howden, Matthew.
Amari Davis still
Funny.
kicking it. They're trying to be the Chiefs with Willie Gay and Kalen Saunders. Cam Jordan's still kicking it.
Well, yeah,
This is not a good team, man.
not a good football team. Not a good football team. Man, what happened to Nathan Shepard, man? He
Yeah.
used to be solid. How's Brian Bracey not starting?
Is Brian Allen the first? Brian Allen, what? Is Dennis Allen the first coach fired? We've been saying this forever. He has to be.
He has to be. At
He
this
doesn't
point.
know what a metaphor
Logically,
is.
he has to be, but is he actually going to be? I
He
don't
should have
know.
been fired last year.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I'll be real though, the way the Saints run their franchise over the years just gets weirder and weirder.
It really is. Their defense is a retirement home right now with Matthew, Demar Davis, and Cam Jordan.
More time Mickey Loomis spends with their GM, the weirder their decisions get.
He's lost the touch, man.
Yeah,
Draft class here. Actually, a solid draft
That's a good
class
Draft
with these
class.
first
That's
three
a real-
picks.
I like that draft.
Well, he's
class.
Longa,
good.
McKinstry.
that's a rally
like-
with them good.
Christian Boyd. I was big Boyd head.
Yeah. So I don't actually hate their draft here, but none of them are going to be early contributors by the looks of this depth chart we got here. Now looking at the games, we've already picked 4 of them. We got them going 1-3. So filling in the
Big.
gaps from here.
Take Dallas for week 2.
Yeah, Dallas. I'd also take Philly.
I'd take the
Oh.
Chiefs.
Take the Chiefs. Yeah. I'd take the Bucks, especially coming off a
Jeez. All right,
mini bye.
Dennis Allen, you're fired, hot shot.
Yeah, he's fired. I think home
I-
Thursday
I
night
think
game they can beat the
To be
Broncos.
honest.
Broncos, I think they beat the Chargers too.
Off the mini bye, yeah.
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
I was gonna take New Orleans over Tampa, and then Chargers.
Oh, really? Oh, wait, hold on. Let's back up then. Let's back up. Okay, go ahead. Talk me into New Orleans over Tampa.
I think the Saints are bad, but they also usually get a good amount of division games.
They do well against Tampa. I will say
They
I think
do,
they
yeah.
well against Tampa. It's a Sunday afternoon game. It's ripe for upsets.
All right.
Tampa's decent.
Dennis
Not
Allen gets
great.
fired after week 5, and
And this is their bounce back game, yeah.
Yeah.
pull off 3
Okay.
wins, and then it gets bad again.
And I take the Saints over Denver, and then I'd probably take Chargers to be honest.
I
Herbert
would
will-
also pick the Chargers.
Herbert
Herbert's
will
going to
be
be
back, yeah.
long back at this point. And I think the Chargers are going to be bad, but I don't think they're going to be like atrocious. So, there you go.
Browns, I'm taking the Browns.
Browns. I'd pick the Browns in this one, especially coming off the bye.
Yeah, I take Cleveland.
Off the bye against the Rams.
Oof. Yeah, give me the Rams. That's gonna
I
hurt.
think people are overestimating the Rams. I'm a hater, but
I'm taking the Rams here
I
pretty
would take them in that
confidently.
game. But I think they're gonna be worse than last year.
Give me Saints over Giants.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I agree. I think Commies pulled the upset in this one coming off the bye.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
Damn. Okay. I would have taken the Saints.
Packers.
I'll lose the tiebreaker. Saints easy, 70-0.
Packers.
I'm going with the
Monday
Packers
night
in this
Lambeau.
one.
Monday night Lambeau
Yeah,
in
December 23rd in Lambeau.
Ew.
That's rough, man.
Why would any team choose to have green and yellow as their color scheme? Who do they think they are? Why would their team sell stocks, bro?
I'll take them over the Raiders. I think they'll probably beat the Raiders here.
And give me Tampa. Those here.
I'm cool with that.
All right.
That might be a playoff game
Saints
for the
finish
for the
at
Bucks.
5-12. Woof.
I think that's accurate.
I can see their ceiling being 7-10. I think
Yeah,
that's
this
about
is a
where-
tough schedule. This is a tough draw, honestly. I mean, we could give them Washington, maybe.
Washington off the
Well, it's kind of weird. I feel like the Saints every year recently, they'll start really badly, but they'll make just enough of a push to be mid.
Jeez, what's their record going into this bye? 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3-8 going into the bye. That's pretty rough. But Dennis Allen's going to get fired mid-season, so I think that's probably fair. I think 5-12's honestly, the 5-12, 6-11, the one I'd teeter on is probably this one right here.
Yeah, I'd probably take the Saints at home over the Commies.
Yeah. I can be convinced. Rob,
I like the bye. Like the
bye?
And
All
the
right,
Commies
we'll
have a
leave it.
quarterback.
That's true. That's Jaden Daniels going back to Nolans. So, there you go. All right. Last team. The division champion, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Bucks. Here we go. Load for me. Here we go. Okay, so here's their roster. They got Baker back. Todd White. Evans, Godwin, Palmer.
The Tampa Bay Huskies. Supposedly Kate Ottman's having a good
Kate
game.
Otten. Worst, Bredesen, Hainsey, Mock, Becky. Becky really good at right tackle, actually. Oh, here we go. This is pulled up now. Here we go. Dean, Izzy, and McCollum.
J-Max had a good camp, too.
Yeah. Tryon, Shrianka. Vita Vea, College can't see. Vontae David still kicking. AJ Britt. Antoine Winfield and Jordan Whitehead. Jordan Whitehead back in Tampa. Welcome back. Oh, Devin Colt, by the way, was on the non-receiving end of a pass in the preseason game that I have no idea how the refs didn't call this an interception. Because Dax Hill, very clearly, clean pick. They said it popped out at the end. I watched every single replay. That ball never popped out. And the only reason it stands out to me is A, Dax Hill got robbed of his first ever interception for an outside corner. And B, it was against Devin Colt. So there you go. I don't know why, but anyways.
That picture of all the Huskies on both teams was pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Did you see that picture?
I did. There's quite a few.
Oh, yeah. There's
I always forget Jackson Kirkland's on the Bengals, honestly. So yeah. Oh, Graham Barton also here. Graham Barton not listed here, but could very well be a major big time contributor. Do we have is there rookies? Let's go to Chicago and see as they've got Caleb at quarterback. Yeah, okay, they've got rookies. They've got rookies.
Yeah, because Fuanga was on the Saints one too.
Oh, yep, that's right. Fongo was on there. You're right. Okay. Rookies, Barton. Okay, there's no way Barton's not a starter, so I'm not. Braswell, Tyke Smith, J-Mac, Bucky Irving, who looked really good in their preseason game, Klein, and Colt.
I just don't think Bucky's big enough to be an NFL back for a 17-game season.
Big losses. They brought Antoine Winfield back. Got worse re-signed. Trying to think, did they have any really big losses? Got Baker back.
They got Mike Evans back.
Got Mike Evans back. They brought basically everyone back. They did a great job of retaining talent. They didn't really add a ton either.
Mike Evans and Bobby Wagner were two sides of the same coin of just agelessness.
Levante David's another side of that coin too.
Yeah, been there for a while.
Trying to think if there's anyone like I'm missing or anything. I mean,
if I was an NFL player in Tampa, I wouldn't want to leave. That's for sure. That's what I mean.
Yeah. No stadium.
Although there was that big MRSA outbreak in like 2012.
Right. Yeah, that's true. That was
MRSA
not a great
outbreak
look.
and playing for Greg Schiano at the same time. Ugh. That's gotta be like the most miserable existence on earth.
Yeah, not like great looks. Yeah, I would venture to say Barton will be a starter at one of these interior line positions, probably center, but we'll see.
Let's get into it.
Let's get right into the schedule. So far we've got him at. Oop, hold on, I'm still on. We've already got him at 4-2, with those one loss to New Orleans and one loss to Atlanta. So hopping into it, first home game. They got Washington, rookie QB.
Yeah, give me the Bucks.
That one's pretty easy. Then they have to go on the road to the team that ended their season last year, Detroit.
I like the Lions here.
Yeah, give me the Lions, bro. Let's go. 1-0.
1-0. We're all 1-0. Look at that. All of us are 1-0 after week 1. Or after episode 1, I should say. Let's see. Broncos, Bucks, home. Broncos have to travel cross country. Yeah, I'd say Bucks in this one.
Yeah,
Bucks, yeah.
Eagles. This one's fun. This is good for a Sunday morning game. Eagles, Bucks.
Boys. Buccaneers.
The Buccaneers. Hey, this is a rematch of the wild card game that the Bucks dominated.
Oh, they ate the Eagles lunch game. All right, now they're in for a real tough stretch after these games.
Are you saying Bucks for this one, Rob?
Yeah.
All right. Ravens Monday night at home.
Give
me the Bucks.
I think Baltimore absolutely decimates them.
I got the Ravens.
I don't think they. We talked about this on the episode last night, Daniel. You weren't here, I guess, but I think the Ravens are in for a rude awakening. I think they might have missed their window.
But I agree that they missed their window, but they're still going to be good.
They still crush NFC teams at least, though.
That is true. They always crush NFC teams.
That game got Mike McDonald hired as the Seahawks coach. that game. Oh my God, that was bad.
The Chiefs.
I think these are two straight losses. At Arrowhead, and the night.
Yeah, at Arrowhead and versus the best team in the NFC. Yeah,
I agree.
Then we go into the bye. Wait. So they go into the bye week. Ignore these 3 wins here. Going into the bye week, 4-6. Oh gosh,
that's a tough. Those are some tough games, man.
Yeah, it's a tough stretch here. So they're on a 5-game losing streak going into the bye week too.
Tough schedule right there, man.
Yeah, that's a tough stretch right there. That's the sky might be falling in Tampa situation.
They're gonna get back right because they got 4 East games.
They got the Giants. We're giving Giving it to
Yeah.
them versus the Giants.
Yeah.
I think they win their next
Yeah.
4.
Raiders. Yeah. Win.
Yeah.
Daniel.
Yeah.
And then Chargers.
Yes, win.
I
Herbert will be back, but
Maybe.
there's only
Maybe.
so much Herbert can do with that team, in my opinion.
We'll
But he's
see.
still gonna
We'll see.
win some games though. Like I think
Yeah.
the Chargers as a 500 team.
But that's no, because that's against the playoff team the year before. That Charger team has nobody. They have nobody besides
At the
Herbert.
receiver position, they've still got a solid O line. They got good running backs.
Dude,
Herbert.
the
Got a
ones
star QB, decent
played
defense.
against the Seahawks. The ones O line played against the Seahawks.
Defense is gonna be better now.
They
that
got their
Steve's
lunch
gone
money
for 3
stolen.
weeks.
They got a much better defense now, especially much better coach defense too.
With who though? Who's on their defensive interiors?
They still got Mac and Bosa on the
their defensive
edges.
interior was really
Isn't
bad.
Derwin
I
James
said
still
that.
there?
Derwin James is still there, yeah.
All 3 of those are consistent.
I don't know. Cross country, I think I'm leaning
No,
Chargers.
and it's going to be week 15. The depth will be sapped.
And it will in Tampa?
Like that.
Everyone's depth is gonna be sapped at week 15.
Tampa's unquestionably a much better team.
Yeah,
The
weird
Chargers
things
are
happen in the
bad.
NFL.
The Chargers are so bad.
You're basing this off of one preseason
It's
game.
also basing this on looking at their depth. The team, not just their depth. They got nobody on offense except Austin Eckler and Herbert.
All right, here we go. Austin Eckler's not there anymore.
Then they have nobody.
They upgraded at running back because they have Gus Edwards and Jay.
Yeah, for how many games?
I mean, Gus
Up for
Edwards.
win a few.
Gus Edwards is Mr. Reliable.
If they lose to the Chargers, they're not beating the Cowboys, I'll tell you that.
I'd probably agree. Daniel?
You need the Chargers. The Bucks.
Charger and Bucks over Cowboys?
Oh, that game? No, give me Dallas.
Okay. There you go. So they finish 9-8 in this projection. Do they win the wait? Hold on. If we change it to they beat the Chargers, so they win the division. They still win the division. They still blow it. It's that loss to the Saints. The loss to the Saints that screwed them. More than the loss to the Chargers, the loss to the Saints. They beat the Saints, and they do win the division.
Wah, wah.
It's crazy how these permutations all work, but we're here. This is how we end up. And just so you guys know, and this is in flux too. By the time we get to the AFC West episode, we can change our mind on this. But this is how we have the NFC South shaking out. We have the 10-7 Atlanta Falcons going to the playoffs with the 9-8 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Maybe on the outside looking in, we'll see as we add more NFC teams. And then we've got the bottom.
10-7 or 9-8. That'll be close. That'll be close.
Yeah. Then we got the 5-12 New Orleans Saints and the 4-13 Carolina Panthers. Which division will we cover next? We'll have to see.
We'll have to see. Depends on our guest.
Depends on guest availability. If there's no guests available, we'll do another one of the divisions that we don't have a guest for. We'll spin the wheel. That's right, baby. Well, there it is. Any more thoughts before we do the closing? No.
Rip Vikings. That's it.
Rip Vikings, yeah. Honestly, they've had such a rough month. I feel bad for them. Well, there it is. That is it. That concludes this edition of the West Coast Draft Podcast. Stay tuned. We will be back later this week for a third pod to cover another division.
Be doing the season predictions again.
Oh, this is fun. This is our first big series, so it's fun to be back. It's fun to do another cycle of this. But Closing statement, Mr. Daniel.
I always like doing predictions, man. It's so fun. You never know what's gonna happen throughout the course of the season.
Yep. There you go. Closing thoughts, Mr. Rob.
I want to see a fight tomorrow. I want to see Jamal Adams get his head knocked over.
If one of us wants to see a fight, we all want to see a fight.
Oh yeah, baby. They weren't letting people film that much during the joint practice, though. What a shame.
Bogus. Bogus. Well,
Like, that's the whole point of doing this crap, is getting fights. That's why we're finally
sure
doing this.
it's definitely not. It's so you don't beat up your own guys quite as much anymore.
Yeah, you
But-
beat up other guys.
Yeah, there you go. Well, since Rob's not going to say it, if one of us wants to see a fight, we all want to see a fight. If one of us hits like, we all hit like. If one of us hits subscribe, we all hit subscribe. Thanks for watching, folks.
Drive safe.
There it is.
Stole
Hey.
it.